Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Rachel Garceau with this First Alert Weather Plus forecast for our first week of November. Let's talk about what's on the way as we head into this new month. It'll be a little bit of a roller coaster ride temperature-wise. Nothing too drastic, but temperatures kind of on an up and down trend for the next several days. And that's because we have a trio of systems coming in that will bring in rounds of rain, high elevation snow, wind, and even some sunshine in the mix at times as well. When we're talking about that snow, most of it will be limited to the very high elevations. Mountain valleys may not see a whole lot of snow, but rain coming their way for the next several days. So let's talk about November. As a reminder, we normally start off this month with high temperatures in the mid-50s, 56 degrees, our typical daytime high on November 1st. By the end of the month, those highs on average dip into the low 40s, a pretty big temperature swing during the day, and then the morning lows start off in the mid-30s. By the end of the month, we're normally waking up to those temps in the upper 20s. And an average November in Boise, we see just about 1.18 inches of total precipitation, and that typically includes about 2 inches of snowfall. This really is the first month where we can see accumulating snow here in the Treasure Valley, though it's not out of the question. We could have picked some up in October. Of course, we didn't this year. Lots of rain in October, but no snow in the Boise area. And as a reminder, too, we kicked off this month with a beautiful day. Saturday, that record approaching 72 degrees, 74 was the record high for Boise for November 1st. Of course, we had that cool down that came in on Sunday. And we'll continue to see some of those temperatures coming and go as far as normal high temperatures go, coming and going through normal territory for the next several days. So we'll see 60s on Monday, 50s on Tuesday, 60s on Wednesday, and then a stronger system comes in by the end of the work week that takes us back down into the mid-50s. So some fluctuation there. And also, as those systems come in, we will see fluctuations in those precipitation chances. It will not get cold enough in the lower elevations to see snow. So everything you're seeing here are rain chances for the Treasure Valley. The best windows for rain will be very early Tuesday morning, late Wednesday evening into Thursday morning, and then overnight Thursday into Friday. If I had to pick one of these days that I think will end up being the wettest as far as more consistent, persistent rain, I think that will end up being Friday as far as those splash and dash showers go. But just generally a good week to have the umbrella on standby and plan for some waterproof footwear and a hooded jacket as you're out and about in the coming days. So let's talk about what's coming our way. Here's our Futurecast. So I'm starting us here on Monday. We have lots of sunshine early in the work week. Temperatures will rise back into the mid-60s across southwest Idaho. Really beautiful to kick off the work week. Here comes system number 1. This is overnight Monday into Tuesday. High elevation snow. This could bring some significant rain quickly to our mountain valleys on Tuesday. That system will clear out late Tuesday into Wednesday. Here comes that next system Wednesday afternoon. Plume of moisture setting up off to our west. We'll continue to pump moisture our way, and that will lead to more valley rain, mountain snow showers. And then as we clear out Thursday during the day, system number 3 starts to make its move. This is overnight Thursday into Friday. You can see it's much more widespread across central and southern Idaho. Snow levels will drop a little further with that system on Friday. We could see travel impacted across our mountain peaks. Some of those high mountain passes could have winter driving conditions developing, and you can still see that plume of moisture that is set up across much of the Pacific Northwest. But still, we are not going to get cold enough, like I mentioned, to see any rain across the lower elevations, but we could see maybe half an inch of total precipitation here in the Treasure Valley from the start of the week through the end of the work week, drying out for Saturday. And again, this won't be a significant snow maker for our mountain valleys, but by the middle of the week, Stanley may have picked up an inch or so, not looking at much, if any, accumulation as far as snowfall goes for McCall. But that system coming in Monday night into Tuesday could bring up to an inch of total rain to the west central mountains. So that's something to be ready for when you wake up on Tuesday. Those very high peaks will likely see several inches of snow. And by the end of the week into Friday, as temperatures start to cool a bit and that precipitation continues to come in, McCall may have a couple inches on the ground by Friday morning. This number might be a little overdone, but we'll keep a close eye on that in the coming days. And Stanley at 6,500 feet and above will likely tack on maybe 6 to 8 inches total by the time it's all said and done. So moderate mountain snow coming our way. Ski resorts loving the look of this, as that's likely where the snow will start accumulating at the tops of places like Bogus Basin, Brundage, and Sun Valley. All right, let's talk temperatures with all of this going on. So pretty pleasant to kick off the work week. We talked about those 60s across southwest and south central Idaho. This is above normal, 64 for Boise, almost 10 degrees warmer than is typical for early November. That system comes in on Tuesday. That will knock us back down into the upper 50s for the Boise area, mid 50s in Twin Falls. We'll be rivaling Seattle and Portland with our temperatures on Tuesday. Wednesday, we get another little push of warmer air from the southwest. That takes us back up into the low 60s ahead of that front that will come in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That will bring more precipitation and knock temperatures back down again. So that's kind of our roller coaster ride coming in for the days ahead. Kind of the forecast where every single day you'll need to tune in because it changes a little bit day by day. Lots of fluctuations still possible with the precipitation windows that we're expecting in the coming days. As far as the mountains go, we talked about those snow levels on Tuesday into Wednesday staying high above 7,000 feet. Temperatures will drop into the 40s in the McCall area on Tuesday, hit 50 again on Wednesday. Best chance of some snow again looks to be overnight Thursday into Friday, but even at 5,000 feet Friday morning, we're looking still at mid 30s. So skip of snow possible, yes. It just really will depend on how cold that air mass is that comes in and if it coincides with that precipitation. So Friday's system we're keeping a very close eye on. As far as the Magic Valley goes, here's your 7-day outlook. Really beautiful on Monday, low 60s, abundant sunshine, light winds. Remember too, with all these systems coming in, we'll have rounds of wind coming and going. Each front that comes in will bring in its own round of wind as well. So mind the hairstyles in the coming days as you're out and about. We'll drop into the 50s in Twin Falls on Tuesday, back up to 60 on Wednesday. Rain showers come into the Magic Valley late Wednesday. I don't think your daytime activities are impacted by rain on Wednesday. Pretty quiet on Thursday. It does look very likely we'll have those showers coming and going throughout the day Friday in the Magic Valley before we dry out and start warming back up into the upper 50s by Sunday. Remember, 54 is normal for Twin Falls for early November. So we hang out in just about normal or warmer for the next several days. And that is the trend for the Boise area as well. We're typically around 55 degrees for this first full week of November. We hit those 60s on Monday, 50s on Tuesday, mornings in the 40s. I know that's not warm per se, but warmer than we've been in the last several mornings. So a little more bearable there. Then you just see those rounds of rain that will continue to come and go through the end of the work week. We do dry out and see pretty pleasant conditions returning for the weekend. That 20% chance on Sunday I don't think will amount to a whole lot. So all in all, pretty nice Saturday, Sunday with temps back up to 60 degrees by the end of the weekend. Thanks so much for tuning into this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We'll see you next time.